I am Mississauga, and I remember. Wars have never crossed my borders, but in 1939, the shadows of war fell upon the world once again, and I stepped forward to answer the call. Crossing oceans, I fought on foreign soil. I sank beneath unknown waters while I flew and fell from the skies. The world was aflame with the rise of fascism and intolerance. We saw the worst injustices of man's immense capacity for inhumanity. I could not stand by. Together, as Canadians, we rallied against the evil that reared its ugly head. On September 10th, 1939, we declared that this would not be allowed to happen on our watch. I served. I fell. I survived. And I returned home. I remember.
Landing in Hong Kong, in Holland, in Normandy, in Belgium, in France, in Egypt, in Sicily, in Italy, I began the arduous march against our enemy. Every step and every objective was more dangerous than the one before. I fell. I pushed on, and slowly, piece by piece, step by step, I rose to meet each challenge. I remember.
The support from home was invaluable to the war effort. Munitions factories, air training plans, care packages from home, Atlantic convoys, and aircraft by the thousands. Lancaster bombers were made by my hands and flown overseas by Ferry Command. My sons and daughters toiled at home, even as I took to the skies overseas. Many pilots and many planes did not return. I knew then that what we were doing was essential to winning the war. I remember.
I remember the thunder of the Lancasters in massive squadrons sweeping over the fields of Belgium, France, and Germany. I remember the falling bombs. And I also remember the thunder of the guns on the battlefields over those 6 long years from 1939 to 1945. Relentlessly I served. I fell. I rose again, determined to do my part. From disaster at Dieppe to the beaches of Normandy, from the coast of Ortona to the bloody Liri Valley, from Juneau to Sicily, and from the Atlantic to the Pacific, I was there. I was behind the lines, the doctors, the nurses, and the ministers, all working tirelessly to lend a caring hand. I recall the endless wounded, the devastated towns, the desperate but resilient people, the casualty clearing stations, the hospitals, and the cemeteries beyond count. I remember.
Even as I went overseas or remained at home, all was focused on doing my part. My sons and daughters served on the front lines and at home. I supported war rations, knowing that every little bit helped. All of these and many more are part of my story, of my memory. There is a price to be paid if you go or if you stay, as our peace and freedom is sustained in countless ways. I remember, and I have a story to tell. As the Second World War drew to a close, from Monte Cassino to D-Day in 1944, and from VE Day on May 8th to VJ Day on August 15th of 1945, I was finally able to breathe again. With my fellow Canadians, I took stock of the long, dark years and knew that I had changed and that our world would never be the same again. Tragically, I added new names to my cenotaphs, memorials, and honor rolls. Even today, I still lie in Normandy, in Belgium, in Germany, in India, in Italy, in Hong Kong, and in many other places far from my own lands. But I returned home in part. I remember, and I will never forget.
I am Mississauga. I am older now, but I remember, and I am still here, ready to stand and be counted when called upon again. I am Mississauga. I was there then, I am here now, and I remember.